Happy that you guys are enjoying all of the videos from Quinn's Advice and Ashley Epic. The tributes to Ron Isley. Shout out to Ron Isley. Shout out to Richard Blackwood. Everybody who's saying that I look like Richard Blackwood. Shout out to you. Shout out to Idris Alba and all you guys. But once again, we just finished doing the part 2 from the relationship drama series Busted, and this one was Contagious, and we're just having fun, but I want to get into the nature of the sugar daddy relationships and why they are a rising kind of relationship, category of relationship. Everybody talk about the sugar daddy, the sugar mama, and so on and so on. So I want to get into maybe 3 or 4 reasons why these relationships seem so appealing nowadays. But before we do that, of course, I'm going to ask you to, and Quinn's advice is that you click on that notification button so that we can stay connected and so that you can be the first to view these videos and comment and let me know what you think. And of course, we always want to ask you what other videos you feel you would like to see from myself and even Ashley Epic as a union. So the sugar daddy relationship. One of the things that I just want to point out, of course, as an older man myself, about the sugar daddy relationships is that a lot of people, a lot of people would point out the fact that the sugar daddy relationship does not have to entail sex. Normally, it's the relationship between a man, older man, and a younger woman, and she's sort of like arm candy. And a lot of people point out, well, it doesn't have to, she doesn't have to give him sex if that's something that they agreed on. And a lot of men older men aren't in a sugar daddy, sugar baby relationship. They're not looking to, they're not asking for sex. So a lot of men would say, yeah, I could pay this bill. I could give you gifts, take you out. And, sex is not a big thing with me. And the reason why is this, and it's just so interesting how the nature of man is, how we evolve from young men that are sexually ignited, like we're sexually driven from, I don't know, probably 15 to, even 35, 40. So we have all this testosterone in our blood. We sowing our royal oats, and we're more inclined to just hunt for sex from teenage years up until maybe 40, 45. And the reason being is this, and this is a point that a lot of people don't point out. What happens in a man physically, in our bodies and in our minds, is that we lose testosterone. It's a hormone that makes men, desire sex, and it makes men, be sexually, invigorated, as you can say. So what happens is, at the age of 35, maybe 40, as the hormone level decreases and his body starts to transition from sexual tiger. There's actually scooting in a little bit. Hi guys. So as the man actually starts to sexually decline from his teenage, young, dumb, and full of cum age to 40, 45, he's physically and biologically not so, like I said, invigorated. He doesn't have that stamina. So when a man reaches like 45, 50 years old, his mind is not so, I wanna bang that out. I wanna hump, what I'm saying? I wanna hit that. A man at that age, most sugar daddies are at the age where they understand that companionship as I age and getting close to, of course, death is a part of life. So as a man grows and he realizes like, I'm not immortal. When you're 15, 20, you think you're immortal. You know what I'm saying? You think you can take 9 bullets and live and do anything and jump off cars and do all of that. But as a man gets of age, his mind goes from, yo, I just want sex every day, FBs and all that, to, you know what, I want a younger person that I can speak, life into, chill with, and companionship means more than sex at that point.
Get someone his own age.
That's true. So there's a difference between, say, a sugar daddy type guy or an older guy getting someone his age. So say, let's pick an age for 45. So say he's 45, and say he's 50, right? I'm 48, so I'm hitting in between. So say he's 50 years old, and he gets somebody 50. Yes, there are pros and cons to that. I don't know how much pros versus cons. I don't know, but it's just different because both of them at 50 are both looking at Social Security, retirement, maybe traveling, which is cool. I think both sugar daddy and sugar mom relationships can entail some talent.
Why do younger women a preference to you and older guys?
You know what? One of the pros that I think that an older man enjoys in dating a younger woman is that he is sort of he's more needed as a mentor, a teacher, a guidance. And older men are wired. We are wired. Men and women are different. We're wired different. Men are wired to lead. Mm-hmm. Younger women like yourself who are teachable, open-minded, you're not a robot that everything I say you just do, you just think is right. We work through things, and I offer you my experience, and you appreciate it. Not that everything I say you do, of course, but I have a sort of a gift of an experience in life that you don't have. I've been around long enough. I've seen young ladies like you. I got a daughter that's 20 years old. So I've seen, younger women and then grown into women your age. So I can offer you that. Not just, yo, do this. I'm telling you, do this, you're going to be messed up in life. Nah, that's not real love. Making you do. We heard something like that on the Angela Yee. The guy just wanted to control her. He just wanted to do this, do that. He just wanted her home. Nah. Older man that really loves his sugar baby, or just, it don't even have to be a sugar daddy, sugar mama. An older man that loves his younger woman wants to assist her in her growing experience. We want to assist. We want to offer you that. Like, yo, this is what I've seen. My daughter's coming up, and this is what I see. This is where that choice may take you. This is where that may go.
So what are some of the perks of dating a younger female?
Some of the perks of dating a younger female. Great question. As I said already, I'm 48 years old. I got that, I have that young face, as most would agree. And I would say just on the outward appearance, it just looks nice because there has to be something, or the three main things that we'll talk about in a little while. There has to be some things that you, being a beautiful younger woman, are attracted to in me. And, some people they give the terminology arm candy. So when I go out with you and older men see me with you, me being somewhat fit, they're saying, wow, that's very appealing. Most men my age aren't able to acquire someone like yourself who would be interested in me.
Unless they have money.
Yeah.
Any older guy, any woman he wants, if he has money, money talks.
Money talks. Okay, so we might as well just jump into the three main things. Quincy advised 3 main A's, the AAA of needs of a woman, younger or older. But let's just stick on security. The 3 main A's for Quint are he needs to have an account, which is money, right? That's yours. He needs to be affectionate. And he needs to be affirming. So those are the 3 A's. He must have an account, which means he got to have money. Most sugar daddies, if they can't take care of sugar mama, what does she need him for? Right? She could go get that young knucklehead that's going shooting up the town, or not even doing that. He just ain't interested in doing nothing but playing games all day, like a baby boy. Right? So he needs to have an account. He needs to be financially secure, not only financially secure for himself, but be able to offer you some, hey, you know what? I want to take the load off you. What's your phone bill for the month? $200. All right, boom. You know what I'm saying? You got, you have this and that to pay for. Mm-hmm. Young dudes would call it tricking. That's the problem that I have with it. It's not tricking. If I love her, and it's beyond sugar daddy, sugar mama, I just love her. And being that I love Ashley, it's like, hey, if this bill is stressing you out every month and you're trying to make men's eat, and I see you're a grinder with the fashion girl galore and all of that, then I'm gonna help out. I want you to ease that load so that our time together when we go out tonight, like we are, is gonna be that much more relaxing.
Right.
So, financial security. Older men are more affirming because we can look at you, see you in your growing, stage, know younger women, and most of us have raised younger women, and we can look at you and say, you know what, I'm affirming, you know what, you are going to make it because you're diligent, you're a grinder, you do this, you do that, and a lot of young men don't know how to affirm their lady, they don't know how to affirm their lady. So that's why it turns y'all off, because young men are wired to be competitive. Unfortunately, a lot of young men are competing with their own girl, which a lot of young men, you intimidate a lot of young dudes. You see what I'm saying? So it's like young dude will look at you and be like, damn, you got it all together, body, face, you got your own business, you're an entrepreneur, you're beautiful, you're a model,
So I'm not a gold digger, guys.
She's not a gold digger. She's got her own business. When I came to her, the princess was a prince. You know what I'm saying? She had her own money. You know what I'm saying? And, I can look at you and not be insecure, and I can affirm where you are in life, and you can affirm me. I've raised my daughters. I've had some bumps in the road. Definitely not done everything right. But I can even take the mistakes that I've made as an older man and, offer them to you and say, yo, don't go this way. You know what I'm saying? So one of the pros is you allow me to affirm you. You allow me to guide you. Mm-hmm. There's some young women your age that I can meet that I can say, hey, you might want to spend more time looking for a career rather than, doing this and that. And then please don't tell me what to do. Listen, all I got is experience. You know what I'm saying? I offer it to you. So affirmation.
So are there any downsides to age gap relationship?
One of the downsides might be, and I gotta touch on this, is that she falls in love. It starts as a sugar baby. You're the sugar baby, right? It starts as you're not a sugar baby. This is a real relationship. This is not. The videos are acting, and
we're acting in the TikTok.
So
which will be in the description.
Will be in the description box. You can click on that description. What happens is, being that women by nature are not wired for that kind of, I know it's popular, but women are not really wired for sugar baby, sugar daddy relationships.
No, what about age gap relationships?
This is where I'm going.
What is the cons, like the downside,
this is where I'm going.
Side of
this is where I'm going.
Age gap?
What happens is a younger woman like yourself may have been disappointed in her previous relationships with other men your age. You see a sugar daddy, or you just see an older man, right? And you look at him and you say, nah, I just want the financial security. I ain't gonna fall in love with him because he's older, whatever. You know he looks all right. And you fall in love because that's not your intention. It may not be your intention, but you're wired for a relationship. Mm-hmm. So the con is that y'all get with us, y'all fall in love, and now you're kind of stuck with the decision of, dag, is he in love with me? And I might be like, nah, this, what it was, and now you're hurt again. So, you fall in love, and then if the guy is not physically able, like I spoke about before at the beginning of the visit, he's not physically able to accommodate your physical needs sexually. And it doesn't have to be sex. Sex is not everything. You might want to go out and jog out there, like, there's a boardwalk. We're sitting in front of a boardwalk. You might want to go out and jog, and this guy's home reading the newspaper, because he ain't into this, and he's sipping on coffee. Right. So the con might be you want this guy to go out with you, and you might want to go out travel and swim a little bit in the pool. He's not physically capable, so that's where you might clash. So your heart might be with the older man, but your body and your mind, these are three different components: the heart, body, mind. Your body and mind might be with a younger dude that you can enjoy that vigorous, active life with. You know what I'm saying? But you want to come home to the sugar daddy because that's your security. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the cons. You fall in love with his maturity and his security and his wisdom, and then you fall short. You clash or you crash when you fall short of the physical needs that he has. You want a tiger in bed on top of all that, and a lot of older men just aren't able to provide that for you.
I feel like another one is social media.
Social media is a con?
Especially if the younger female is like an influencer and he can't really relate. Like, he might not agree with certain things she posts.
Okay, so you sneaking in on you and our relationship. Blow it up. Blow it up.
No, you're an influencer too, so it works well.
We're both influencers.
Yeah.
You got me into influencing. I was always an influencer, but I just
like
didn't
had
know
you not been with me, you wouldn't have been who you are today. You wouldn't be Quince Advice. I think I take part ownership of that.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you know, older men that are mature learn how to still be secure in who they are, what they are,
so
what they've accomplished.
Each other grow.
And older men fall short sometimes. One of the cons too with the older man is that he don't want to learn nothing from the younger woman. He always want to be the guy. He always want to be the, you know, and even in a real marriage, biblically speaking, they are supposed to submit one to another. So if you say, hey Q, I think you should chill with this, you know what I'm saying, on your videos, I'll be like, well, you know what? At that point, I become most immature older man. What are you talking about? I know everything.
And now
we don't want to learn anything.
I help you get monetized on YouTube. You help me get monetized on TikTok.
Yeah, then you take all my money after I get monetized. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it goes. You know, there's a lot of pros and cons. I think that you know, it can work, but you both have to have that mindset to say, yo, we're gonna grow together, even though we're not growing together age-wise. There's things that you can offer me, and it's way past sex. Sex, like I said, even especially at that older man. There's some. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some older men that don't want anything but sex. You know, I think that's sad.
Really, at that age?
Yeah, I knew a guy. You knew him. We're not gonna say his name, but he didn't want anything but
sex.
Let's
give him a nickname.
You know, just call him Nick. But you know, Nick just wanted to use it. You know what I'm saying? But he was about 80 years old. That's all he wanted was sex. I think it was at times it was funny. I must admit, I'm not perfect, but I must admit. But I think it's sad.
Any lasting thoughts?
Lasting thoughts would be to, you know,
do you recommend it?
I don't recommend so much the sugar daddy relationship, even though we've done the videos.
Age gap.
The age gap.
Do you recommend an older man go for a younger woman, or he should get someone around his age, or this lifestyle isn't for everybody?
It's not for everybody, because both of you, and we spoke about, you got to have the mindset to say, all right, this is what I have to offer, this is what you have to offer. And then just because you want what I have to offer, you still have to know as a younger woman what you need. Most of the time, the older man knows what he needs. Most of the time. Not all the time. So it's not for everybody. You know, it's a great relationship. I think it has more pros and cons, but there's a reason why a lot of young women your age are not going for.
When I met you, I didn't even have a bank account.
Right, because a lot of reason why a lot of women your age aren't going for young men your age is because of the maturity level.
Disclaimer, I met him at 21.
She met me at 21, and if you had met me at 21. It wouldn't have worked out, because at that time my mindset, we mature slower than y'all.
Exactly.
We mature slower than y'all. So it's like we don't mature until we down there 40 years old. You know, so that's why they become more appealing, because men your age, the majority, there are some young men your age that are mature. Shout out to all you guys, but unfortunately it's not too many. So, you know, that's just it. You know, young men your age are not that mature. They call taking care of their woman tricking. Older men call it love, and it's just a whole bunch of difference of technology and terminology and stuff. Social media has bad influence on it, but you know, it can work. I'm enjoying it.
So I hear Lionel Richie's like 75 and his girl's like 31.
Richie, what's his song?
I don't even
Waking
know.
up on Sunday morning.
So you think you know his relationship and getting a 31-year-old is good for him? It's gonna keep him alive, being that old.
It could reinvigorate him. It could.
Because a lot of people are making a big deal.
It can refresh him.
So much he's grown.
It can refresh him. And shout out to Lionel Richie too. I think that you know, this could be good for him. I know somewhat about his career. You know, he's from my time. My mom used to play it all the time. Shout out to Willow Milton. And, you know, I know he's had some rough marriages. He had been divorced. He still is good for his age, just like Ron Isley.
Right.
And it can be good for him if he learns from his experience. That's the key. Yeah, he's had some bumps in the road, but if he learns from experience and now he can offer this young lady, it's like we place our Jews into you. We know you're going to be here after us. So we place some Jews into you and we watch her grow and then we vanish into eternity and we just love it.
There you have it, guys.
There you have it. Quince Advice, Ashley Epic. Let us know which videos that you would enjoy seeing from us. You know, any questions and comments, just leave them in the section.
And you can follow me at Miss Ash Cash, MISSH, Cash. I'll write that in somewhere in this video. And my business is at fashiongirlgalore.com, TikTok, Ashley Epic, and YouTube as well.
That's it. That's all we have. See you later.